Everyone, today we are going to see about the program of inheritance using the class data and class area. This is by single inheritance. So first we have to use the header files hashtag include iostream.h. This is for c in and c out, and next we have to use hashtag include conio.h. This is for clear screen and get ch. The next we are defining the class. The name of the class is nothing but data. We can define any class name with capital or small letter, whatever we want to, like that name we can use to declare as a class name. Next, open bracket, we have to declare the variables that we are used in that class. So float xy we are declaring, and without mentioning the visibility mode, if we are generally written variables, means it is considered as a private variable. And next, the public, we are defining some functions. So void get data, here we wrote float a and float b. Void is nothing but return type, get data is nothing but a function name. So in that function we are defining that float a and float b. Open bracket, instead of x we have used a, and instead of y we are using b. Next, what we are doing means float get x is another function. So in that get x, what we are doing means we have to tell that return y, wherever the x value is given, get x value is used, get x function is used, there you have to return a x value. Then next also float get y, this is return type, data type, and get y is nothing but a function name. In that function where we use get y, in that place we have return a y value, that's we are denoting in that form. So float get y, open bracket, return y, semicolon, close bracket. Then what we are doing means we are closing this data class. So data classes is closed, and next we are defining it is a single inheritance class. Inheritance basically inherit one value, inherit the function value or variables values from another class. So how we are inherit means class, what another name of the another class name, colon, which the visibility mode, that is here is public, and our class name, which class we are inheriting, that class name we have to return here. So data, from the data class we are inheriting the values. So that class name is written here, open bracket. Here we are declaring ar and at are nothing but area of the rectangle, area of the triangle. So now we are going to find the area of the rectangle and area of the triangle value using the values of height and length. It can be easily written in a simple program, but why we are using a class means we are inherit the we have to show that area of the triangle and area of the rectangle can also be written by using a class and inheritance. So that's why we are using this inheritance program. So float ar and at we are declaring, and public, what is the function declaration, here it is known as function declaration, because before the function definition we are declared, that is I'm going to use that function. So before that I'm declaring this function, so this function only I'm going to use in further. So that's why we are declaring the functions. So public void calculate and void put data. Here two functions we are going to use, that is calculate and put data, and the return type is void and close bracket, semicolon. Wherever the class is ends, that class end with the semicolon. It may has n number of classes, but n number of classes has to end with semicolon, close bracket, and semicolon. So n number of classes having means n number of, if n number of classes, there is n number of close bracket and semicolon. So that's one only we are ending that's one only the computer will understand that the class will end. Next, we are now using the function definition. That means nothing but we are declaring the function, what are the function value, what that function does, so that are defined in this step, so that is known as function definition. This is known as function definition. Here it is return type, and which class we are using the function is nothing but area. Then scope resolution, what the function name is calculate, open bracket, what we are doing is we are calculating the area of the rectangle and area of the triangle. Here is nothing but x and y value, that is length into height. So length into breadth here mentioning as a height. So the get x star get y, the function get x, already we know that if the function get x called means it should return a value of x. If we get a value of x, that function will be placed instead of get x value. For example, if we has a value of get x as x is equal to 26, instead of get x, here it is nothing but 26 into assume that y value has 32, so here is 26 into 36. Next, AT is area of the triangle is length into breadth divided by 2, so that is length into height, here mentioned as height, length into height divided by 2, close bracket. And function definition does not end with the semicolon, so it if we does means it may report an error. So next, void area put data. So put data is we have to display the values in that display screen. So for that we using this function cout area of the rectangle. Insertion means the area of the rectangle value are stored in the name of AR, so that value should return, and the area of the triangle will be stored in the name of AT, so that value should be returned by using a insertion operator and cout. So we are ending this function definition. Next we are going to the main function. The program usually starts with the main function. It does not look what are the variables, what are the header files, etc, etc. First it sees the header file and goes to the main function. So here it is a main function, open bracket, and we are declaring the area, a class name, as another object name. In that class we are defining an object, that is a, whatever the object we can use here, instead of a Ajit, whatever you want you can define as an object for class. So here we are getting the values of x and y. So before that I am declaring float xy. So cout the name of the program, that is inheritance, and cout is what we are want means we have to, for calculating the area of the rectangle we need a length and breadth. So for that we want the length and height. For that only cout the length, enter the length and height. We are getting the values of length and height, that is that can be obtained from Cin. So Cin we are denoting length as x and height as y. For we are calling the function by using that object. So a dot get data x comma y, a dot calculate, and a dot put data get ch, close bracket. For that get data, what we do means, what is the get data value is, for that get data we are putting that value of x and value of y. So for that it takes the value of for example, if I put the length as 56 and height as 54 means the a also has 56 and b also has 54. For that it obtained the value from us, so that is known as get data function. And next, a dot calculate means program computer will go and search where is the calculate function. So here it's a calculate function. Here open bracket, what is here area of AR equal to get x star get y. Get x means I already told that it should return the value of x, that is 56, and if get y value is 54. That means if we are multiplying this two value means we get the value as 3024, but it would not display it. Actually stores the values of 3024 in 3024 in AR. Likewise also likewise also AT, it simplifies the value and get the value and stores as 80 area of the area of the triangle, that is 1512. It stores the value of 1512. This is only calculating and storing. After where it will display means from the next is a dot put data. For that put data only it will display the display in our output screen. So see out area of the rectangle here. Instead of up to double quotations, it will display as it is we are writing the terms. And insertion AR means it would display that value that is stored in AR. So what is the value stored in AR? 3024. So for that only there will display 3024. And the area of the triangle here, what the value stored? 1512. So that value will be displayed in 1512. So the three executions will proceeded, and after the completion of three execution it will end the process. Hope you all understand, and thank you.